Hello again. This is the Empowered Whole Being TV Simulcast. Today we're going to be talking about the reawakening journey or the awakening journey and uh, some of the perceptions of this experience that may be actually holding us back from that process. So I wanted to emphasize and talk about the importance of and the importance of it not being a race, like a hurry up and get there kind of thing, and also why that feeling is there. There's a reason for it. In our what I call the avatar, the physical energy field and the bioenergetic energy field, what I refer to as the third and fourth dimension bodies, and those two combined create what I call the avatar. The avatar is the physical illusion or hologram or holo movement that's here in the physical world, which I refer to as the simulated universe. There are many quantum physicists that hold to the probability that the physical world is like a holodeck or a holo movement, that it's simulated. It's not what we perceive it to be as solid and static in a way, but instead is actually fields of energy that are constantly fluid and malleable. And the awakening, I'll share a little bit about my avatar's awakening experience. My avatar always had a sense that there was something more. Even as a young child, they're not realizing at first that other individuals may not feel and perceive exactly like I would, having receiving information through um, imagery coming into my awareness as a child, hearing and seeing things. So it didn't come about till much later that this was not something that was necessarily the same experience for most individuals. So there was that whole that whole process of trying to fit in and shutting down and trying and really attempting, not trying, but attempting, because it wasn't very successful, to not experience what I was experiencing. And then later in my 30s, late 30s, I had a vision. I experienced this really beautiful prodding where I experienced strong, what I call expansion energy. As I've mentioned before in previous simulcast broadcasts, that energy is not static, it has movement. And the good feelings that we refer to as, describe as happy, good, gratitude, all those, they have a counterclockwise expansion, spin, rotation, flow to them, those feelings. And the feelings that in the human experience here in the sim world that we refer to as feeling bad, those are spinning and moving, having a flow of clockwise contraction. That's why the chest gets tight and belly, and the shoulders will pull forward. Those are all reactions, like biofeedback from our physical energy field that once we recognize what that's about and pay attention, we can use those as markers for where we are in our feeling focus. So I had this amazing, strong, energetic expansion experience, which I call the infinity experience, meaning that my physical, what I call the avatar, directly with a feeling experience, not intellectual, but experiential feeling experience, felt the infinity of herself, what I call the infinity self. At that time, she was still perceiving it as being external, like a duality paradigm and perception, inside out, us, them, not knowing about, not having started to study quantum physics at that time, didn't understand about entanglement and what that means and how consciousness, aka energy, really functions. However, she felt it, and that was the beginning of a strong activation of seeking and understanding what's that really about? Where do I go from here? How do I integrate that? How do I process that? And beautifully, each step of this whole process and journey has been so guided. Now, at the time, looks like my broadcast is slowing down. That's weird. Okay. I'm going to expand my energy a little bit more. So at the time, gosh, I hope this is recording okay. Gosh, that's so interesting. So at the time, my avatar experienced some really strong, judgmental, unworthy moments where she wanted to push, like get somewhere, or like trying to find the end or the destination. And over time, through the release and transformation process, became so clear that it's not a race. I'm not trying to get somewhere. All I'm doing is releasing the filtering system, the unconscious blocking programs that were there for the purpose of researching and releasing and transforming energy from contraction to expansion, from fear to joy. And that it's a process, it's an unfolding process. And in that unfolding experience, there's such richness for developing understanding and therefore compassion for the truth that we are all one entangled consciousness. That my avatar is not separate from any other avatar in our consciousness, in our ultimate infinity self. That we're all entangled, we're all interacting, and our feeling focus is what's determining what we experience. So instead of it being, I refer to it as the universal law of creation, as opposed to the law of attraction, because it's not a passive experience of having something come to you from some external source. What it is whatever feeling focus that my avatar is consciously or unconsciously placing her attention and embodying it and deeply feeling it, is a transmission, because we are quantumly energetically designed to be powerful transmitters and receivers of feeling frequencies, aka electromagnetic energy. So wherever our feeling focus is, whether we're aware of it or not, that's what is communicating to the quantum field, physical world, if you want to call it, the simulated universe, to create whatever experience is that will continue to invoke that feeling focus for the avatar. So the unfolding process is so helpful. It allows that avatar's human awareness to begin to shift into more of a singularity experience, to feel the unity of themselves, and as they do the work of releasing the unconscious blocking beliefs, therefore they're transmitting differently. There's less contraction, fear-based, anger, unworthiness, all of that, transmitting into the quantum field, and more of the joy, the gratitude, the wholeness, the well-being transmitting, because that is the truth of what we are. There's so much more expansion in our energy field than there is contraction. And being able to up-level the feeling frequency focused and awareness, increase the mastery of understanding and tapping into that feeling, will allow and support that avatar to create more experiences from feeling good. The reason why it's important to allow it to unfold is that it's a new experience to create from expansion for us here in the physical world as we begin to wake up to what we are. And so it's necessary to support the trusting and the allowing to begin to feel that that is what we are. It's okay to feel good. It's safe to feel good. So this is why there's this rushing kind of feeling, like trying to get there. Why aren't I further along on this journey? I think we've all thought that at some point in our human consciousness. We are as far along as we're supposed to be, because everything is always, 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 always for our highest and greatest good, not just for us, but for everything. And that seems like a big concept. However, it is what is happening. And there is a term for that, and I mentioned it in my last broadcast. It's called pronoia, the complete polar opposite of paranoia. The pronoia state of being feels that and sees and perceives and operates under the belief that everything is for the greater good for that individual, that everything is coming together and always will for their greater good. And that supports that trust, unfolding of trust, and being able to perceive that, yeah, the more I focus on feeling good, the more I create feeling good experiences. And that's the simple interaction and dialogue with the quantum field. What we transmit in the way of feeling frequencies directs the quantum field as to what kind of events and transactions to create that will emulate and invoke and expand those feelings that we just transmitted, if you follow me. So I just wanted to touch on that it's important to have such compassion for your process. Allow it to unfold. Pay attention. Observe from a place of impersonal neutrality. Allow it to unfold, because everything is in support of your awakening and of your ability to perceive the power of what you feel and how the power of what you feel creates what you experience. Before I jump off, I just want to hold up my book, which this is the third edition, and I've been working on the fourth to add some new information that's really vital to the whole equation. But this is Spiritual Transformation Simplified, and that's available from all the regular places online as the ebook and also as a print. And then also, well, I have an MP3 meditation audio file, which I'm upgrading to include this information. So I'm not going to talk a lot about that because as soon as I get that upgraded, then I'll be mentioning that again. And it is a freebie. So the main thing is to feel good. And that meditation file is all about supporting an avatar to feel good through the understanding of what's going on quantum biologically. And I think that's the two things I wanted to talk about. So if you have any questions or want to communicate or connect, you can send me on Empowered Whole Being Foundation at the Facebook page. You can write there something and let me know, and I'll be happy to reach back out to you. And until next time, when we have our next simulcast, feel good and have fun.